Adrian. St Helens on Friday.
Yeah.
What do you make of St Helens this season? They've lost the last four, is it? Last 4 or 5?
Yeah, last four I think it is, Trev. But again, they've been a quality club and team for a very long time, and still got some great quality players there. And even though they've lost four, for us it doesn't really matter. I think they've got the ability and the talent there to respond and bounce back straight away. So we know that they'll be coming here with wanting to get back on track in mind. And but for us, it's a steel focus about making sure that we keep winning on our winning way to try and get back into that six. So two completely different mentalities, but I think both aiming for the same outcome.
When you review the last two performances, then,
yeah,
do you view that you're getting better, or is there still plenty in you that you've got to perfect?
Oh, we've got some small, short-term goals and some medium, long-term goals as well that we're trying to hit and aim for, and some of those getting the targets are bang on where we need to be at the moment with some of our actions, and as a coach, it's just really important that you've got to build momentum, and whether that comes through winning or confidence, it's a difficult one as a coach to know and understand that. But what I do know is that if we, the 2 points, the win is the outcome. So we've got to just make sure that we stay involved and focused on the process now, and that's where we've let ourselves down on a few occasions. So there's been a massive importance on our start and a couple of what we call pressure releases. So we're giving away a bit too many penalties and just allowing the opposition teams to come into the game at certain parts, and then also not being able to finish games off. We've led in probably a handful of games where we should have won that we've slipped up on. So there's a fair bit to focus on there, but this week is a massive one for us. It's our third game, or second game. What is it now? Third game back at home. Third game back at home in a row now, and our fans have been awesome. The atmosphere here has been unbelievable. The weather's going to be great. The stadium will be very close, or if not sold out on the night. So it'll be an amazing atmosphere. So, we've just got to match that with the performance that represents that and for our fans.
When you look at St Helens as they are now, they've got plenty of injuries, but you've had your injuries, so it's something that comes on a season, is it?
Yeah. I think every club will go through a little bit of a patch where two or three of their senior players or experienced players or players that can make a difference in a game are out, and they've got probably one or two out at the moment, but we've had that all year, so I'm not too concerned about them and who's in or who's out. That, like I said, they've still got a quality team there, and on their day they can beat anyone. So it's just important for us to make sure that we pick a strong 17, which I think we will do. Probably maybe our strongest this year so far, which is a positive. A few players coming back into the frame for selection, and all we can do is make sure, like I said, that get that process of that 80 minutes right on Friday night.
So who's back in the frame for selection this week then?
Well, Edwin Apape will come back into that starting 9 spot. Aaron Penny will come back into the 17, and so will Matty Moylan. So 3 really quality players for us, and we're excited about getting them back and starting to build.
7 points off that top 6. I know you say you don't think about it, but everybody else does. So is that the goal? 1-2 points every week, and just take it as it comes? Yeah,
I think it's just really important that we stay present in the sense of what's in front of us and what we're in control of. It's easy to look at the ladder and think, oh, we're a long way out, but all of those top 6 teams play each other 2 or 3 times, and there's going to be congestion there at some stage. I mean, you look at last weekend, and 4 of the top 6 teams lost. So it's important that keeps happening for us. I think we need a little bit of a hand up that end too, but what we're in control of is our performance here and the 2 points here. So massive game for us, probably the biggest game of the year for the Leopards, and I hope that's reflected in our performance.
Obviously, Leigh fans, Wigan is the number 1. Maybe Warrington and St Helens vie for 2nd spot. What has the atmosphere been like with Leigh and St Helens games for you in the past?
They've been awesome. It was only, ironically, a year to the day where we played St Helens in the Challenge Cup semi-final at Warrington. So, our time flies, but probably one of our greatest moments as a club in this new Super League promotion from last year. So, in the meantime, we beat them here last year, but I think they've got us there at the end of the year, and they're at Saints ground at the start of this season too. So we've got we've got to play them 2 more times between now and the finals, and that's why it's so important that we pick up a win here on Friday night. Now, they'll be coming here obviously off the back of 4 losses and very disappointed with how they're going, and there'll be pressure on them too. But I think they'll respond really well. So it'll be a class game of rugby to be involved with and to watch.
I've got to ask you this: still speculation on Laughlin's future. Yeah. Any developments?
No, like I've said all along, Trev. It's I'm pretty direct down the line of. It's not a talking point for me really. The focus has been on making sure the team is in a place where we need to be. We don't need the side rumours or speculation to be added into that. So my focus is completely on the team in front of me and what's ahead of us. It's going to be difficult enough to come up with a victory this weekend, and we're all focused in the right direction for that.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.
Lammy, just on a similar vein, you've got Bailey Hodgson coming over at some stage. Can you just tell us a little bit about him and why you're bringing him to Leigh?
Yeah, there's a same with that there, Trev. It's an area that the club doesn't speak about until it's in play or speculation or rumours of that as well. So I've got no comment on that. That's something that you'll need to ask Chris Chester moving forward with in the immediate future.
Right, so you wouldn't be able to say whether he will be over for this year.
No, he won't. He won't be in this week. He's not in contention for this week. No, like I said, Trev, it's something that the club will. If there's any information to release in the near future, you'll be probably the second to know, mate. So I'll keep you updated.
I hope he's behind me.
Well, it's been 2 exclusive per week now, but I've not heard anything, Lammy. So I live in hope. Put it that way.
Well, I'll keep that in mind, Trev. I don't normally say that and then not follow through with it. So, if there's any further development on that story, I'll let you know.
Okay. So you've got the 3 players back. Matt Moylan was rested last week. I take it he's ready to go and ready to face Saints. Yeah,
he should be. Fingers crossed that he comes through this week's training. And if not, Zach will be there, ready to go. Did a pretty good job last week. Aaron Penny's back in after HIA failure through concussion. And then Edwin and Papi back from a week's suspension.
Yeah, you mentioned about Edwin last week, so maybe the rest would do him good just for the 1 week. So, I mean, what was that about? Just to sort of say, calm down and... Yeah.
I think I've had a conversation with Edwin on several occasions in the last couple of weeks, but it's been just around the fact that he's come back from the knee and he hasn't been quite right. He's 100% right now, and the week off I thought would have done him really good in the sense of he's defensively he's one of our biggest hitters, but he's been a bit inconsistent with the contact and doing things as a group. So I think after the conversation, I think we'll see a different Edwin Apape now over the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think this is a massive game for him, and he plays an important part of this. And I'd love to see him in a man of the match performance, which I think after the conversations we've had, I think he gets it. So I'm looking forward to his response.
And John Asiata seems to be getting slowly back to his best. He had a good game by all accounts against Broncos. Must be pleased with him, and hopefully his injuries are behind him. Yeah,
it's ongoing with John to make sure that we're building his load, what we call load, which is time on field. So he played a lot more time last week, so it's good for us and good for him. I think the team overall, like I mentioned, is now building to probably the strongest that we've had this year. Sadly, it hasn't been sooner, but it is what it is. We're moving on with it, but I think this weekend and the next couple of weeks will be probably our strongest side.
There's certainly been a little bit of bad blood between the 2 clubs in the last 12 months or so. Lammy, do you hope that this Friday goes off peaceful and it's just a very good game of rugby league?
Yeah, I hope it's as physical and as tough as the other ones have been. I know there's been a bit of bad blood through whatever reason, but I think both teams are very passionate and both clubs are very passionate. We need to win, they need to win. It's just one of those games where I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. So looking forward to that and looking forward to a performance and a game that sort of reflects the day. It's going It's going to be a big crowd here, as good as atmosphere as there is in rugby league. So, we're all excited.
Smashing. Thanks, Lammy.
Thanks, Trev. John, you got anything to add there?
It's actually Doug, Adrian. I'm just on John's computer, so sorry to confuse you.
Yeah,
How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Not a problem.
It's just a quickie. It's looking a little bit ahead, but you have an additional game, a game in hand to shuttle in the not too distant future. Does that affect how you sort of consider the next few weeks in terms of managing the squad?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Saints, and then we've got a 6-day turnaround into Cass away, and then a 5-day turnaround into Wigan away, and then a 5-day turnaround into I think it's Hull at home. Yeah, so it is a hectic schedule there, and one that we've addressed and we understand. We've got a bit of a plan to it. So the next 4 games in the next 3 weeks are going to be really tough time for us, but definitely moment defining in the season. So we've got our heads around that, and we're pretty excited about it.
And as you said, you believe that the squad or the team is coming to its strongest stage. There couldn't be a better time for that to happen, really, could there?
No,
in terms of the schedule that's ahead.
Yeah, exactly. We've just got to find a way to win along the way. I know we've played really well against Saints in our last 3 games, like really, really well, but haven't come away with a win. So we just need that fortune to change. The effort's got to be there. The actions have got to be there, but then a little bit of smarts just to match it in there to get the win. So, I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say, if anyone's recording there as well, just in regards to our fans, they've been awesome all year, and we're looking forward to them filling this stadium. So if there's any fans out there that are umming and ahhing, get down here, because it's probably going to be one of the games of the season, and we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a bash up between 2 teams that are going to set rugby league alight on Friday night to lead the weekend off. So get out there and support us if we can.